Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Otakuology Unwind, where we talk all about what
Unwinding.
happened within the past 2 months in our lives. It's just an unwind episode
Usually
where
we talk about it a month.
where we just talk about ourselves and not talk about anime and manga, but we'll probably talk about anime and manga anyways.
That's
probably
true.
probably the podcast.
I was like, don't lie about that.
I really don't know where I'm going with this intro, but I am Otaku Mike. And with me, as always, is
Prepare
Jen
for trouble.
motherfucking Graves. You messed up my fucking intro.
Graves. Did I? But it's the unwind one, so you know.
Jen motherfucking Graves. That's where we're going.
Oh my gosh. Watch, somebody's gonna get a shirt one time and it'll say Jen MF Graves. And I'll be like, what?
Oh man. So like, I mean, we've talked like a little bit of like
Stay tuned. This shirt will be on our Patreon later.
So we've talked like a little bit off the podcast here and there. I mean, you've been kind of busy, so we haven't really like had a chance to like just talk and hang out, you know.
Yeah, and we've been recording a lot and everything too.
Oh, that's true, man.
Just
oh
other
my god,
episodes.
What was
it? Like when it comes down to it, listeners, when it comes down to it, you know, obviously like the Unwind episode is us trying to like stay caught up with you on like extra shit that we do in our daily lives and stuff for the month. But we've had so much stuff just trying to get done and catch up and make a little headway and interviews and whatnot. So
that's true. We did just have that really good interview with Gemini Manga, which I really enjoyed.
Right, which
he was a fun guy to talk to.
Right, which I wanted to point that out because last night, whenever you texted me that somebody else wanted to be on or whatever, I like started cussing around my brothers, like, son of a bitch, what the fuck? And they're like, what's wrong? And I was like, we have like 6 more interviews lined up for after episode 50. Like, what the fuck? And they were like, isn't that a good thing? I go, yes, it is a good thing. But you know, the time we have to figure out when we can record together.
That's true. That is so true, because we only have a small window to actually technically record our episodes.
Yeah.
Because I think we talked about this before, but like it's either like the first or second weekend, or like third or fourth weekend, or third weekend, I guess you'd say. Usually.
I have no idea.
Depending on what we can do, you know.
Yeah.
So we have lives outside the podcast, but I mean, somebody. I'm not going to point any fingers because you can't see me right now, but somebody on the other end of this call was like, hey, let's make this a weekly episode. Let's make this like a weekly podcast. Now, I'm not pointing any fingers, but his name starts with a J and ends with the Graves.
Justy Caves?
No, not Justy Caves.
If he didn't have his name lined up like that, it wouldn't have worked. So, shout out to my buddy.
Shout out to Justy Caves. Yeah, I mean, somebody wanted this to be a weekly podcast, Jen Graves. He was like, let's do this every fucking week.
I don't know who we're talking about right now. I'm so confused.
And I'm like, okay, we can keep up with it. We'll do it.
I'm so confused on who this is directed at.
But yeah, what have you been up to? What have you been doing lately?
Well, you know, like getting kerfluffled over things and having to remember what you did for a month is actually a pain in the fucking ass. So.
Didn't you go to like a Renaissance festival?
Yeah, so there's we went for their haunted house stuff. Yeah. They have it in Oklahoma. And it's pretty cool. Like, it is actually a Renaissance fair, but then they have like Christmas stuff and a bunch of other stuff that they do for that. But I mean, it was the piece of property itself was freaking huge. Which I don't think we walked around enough to see what was actually on the map. Because if you pull up the map, it shows you, and it's huge. But we
How
walked
far
through.
is Oklahoma away from Arkansas?
Not very. The trip, because the castle is in Muskogee,
Uh-huh.
which people might know that from history class. The Muskogee Airmen.
Nope,
Uh,
never heard of it.
really?
Don't give me a history lesson right now. I don't care.
You don't know who the Muskogee Airmen are?
No, I don't.
Is the okay? Well, I'm gonna have to tell you this because you're gonna have to know
No,
it.
I don't care about the Mesquite
So,
Airmen.
the Muskogee Airmen. It was the first black flying platoon.
Was that based on Red Tails?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's what they were. It was just
Now you made me just feel like a racist. God damn it.
exactly. That's why I had to tell you so that you would know. That's why I was like, oh, I gotta tell you because if not, you'll say it in a joke and be like, and then everybody will start hating your guts again. What is Otaku Mike's a racist?
I'm not a racist.
And that's how the fourth time of you getting kicked off of YouTube happened. Drama, racism. Fuck.
I don't want to talk
Great.
about that right now. Those were all mistakes. Just saying.
Mistakes were made.
Anyways,
Goodness.
go ahead. Continue.
But yeah, so they on the map we only went through like one of the castles and it had 4 different like haunted areas in it that you could go through. So that was fucking amazing. But the other thing is that we there, if you look at the map, there was actually another castle and I never saw it. So I think they actually had part of that blocked off because of how they have the village and the town set up.
Did y'all dress up?
Not really. We just did kind of like the easy fan way out, and like our costumes were like a jacket and something else. I think
Your cosplaying seems to have a trend of
well this was because we knew that we'd never been to it before, so we didn't know how it was going to be set up. But I mean, there was like a ton of shit.
Have you
I
ever
don't know.
been to a Renaissance festival?
I've been once when I was younger,
You
but
can like dress up as anything you want.
that was the thing that was throwing me off, is if it was more a Renaissance fair or if it was more of like a haunted house setup.
I don't think it really matters.
So,
did you get stuck?
Stuck where?
Like in the haunted houses?
No, these ones are
so,
actually big enough. Like,
like big,
right? Well, like the ceilings are high and the walls, like the pathways are so big, except in a couple places. Like you and I could have stood shoulder to shoulder and walked through them. So
what was the one where you got stuck?
The one in a little town that's over from me.
Because your girlfriend's like really big into like horror shit, isn't she?
Yeah.
Like she like loves horror.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
which is weird to me because how do you love horror so much yet you're like really really scared of everything? So
wait, she's like everything in like everyday life?
Oh, well, kind of sort of. But like
she's a big baby?
Going through haunted houses and stuff are just really bad.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think every time we go through one, like I have claw marks or whatever.
So
and, like,
let me ask you this. This might be going into too much detail. I don't know. She doesn't listen to the show, does she?
I have no idea.
Okay, we'll still go with this.
She might. I don't know. At one point, she might be like, I'm going to listen to that episode.
So like y'all watch like horror movies together and stuff, correct?
Not really.
Not really. Is she like a big horror movie like buff?
No.
So she's not a big horror movie buff.
Yeah, like it's not horror movie. It's more like horror things.
What do you mean by horror things?
Like the idea. I mean, just anything that deals with like haunted houses and stuff.
So she likes going to haunted houses, but she doesn't like to be scared.
No, she just gets scared when she's there.
It's like a panic attack type of situation.
Mm, I don't think so. It's more like your regular like uh I don't know. You know, just like when your regular people get scared.
Oh,
It's not like super dramatized or anything like that. So,
oh,
but yeah, I
she's
mean,
just a sissy.
we don't really watch like horror movies or anything like that unless I turn them on.
Oh, because you gave me like the impression she was like a big horror movie fan.
No, like she knows who like the characters are, but then like we'll talk about stuff and she'll go, "Oh, hey, you want to go watch that movie?" And I'm like, "Is it Friday the 13th?" She goes, "Yeah, it's the new one that came out or whatever." I go, "No." She's like, "Why not?" And I was like, because this is like the 60th one of those that have come out. I don't want to go watch more
Are you
than
talking about Halloween?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't want to watch more than what I've already seen because it just feels like it has the same common theme, you know.
I think the new ones are different.
I don't know.
I think the new ones are
After
different a little bit.
after watching the futuristic ones like Jason 2099 or whatever, like
You mean
that's
Jason X?
yeah, whatever it is.
It's not 2099.
Hey, he could be in the Spider-Man universe.
Wrong universe, buddy.
He could be. You know, movies like that though, I feel like really ruin those characters a lot too. And I
Uh,
almost wish that they progressed the stories more than what it is. But
yeah.
yeah.
All right. Is that all you did? Was go to a fair?
Yeah, we did that and went everywhere. We did wax hands
You
there.
did
So
wax. You did wax hands.
yeah, you know, where you
Like the
dip your
thing
hand
you
in
you
wax.
interlock your hands with the other person.
No, you could do it that way or singular or anything.
What was your wax hand?
Um, it was one of the locked hand ones.
Oh, so you did the couple one.
Yeah,
Oh, how cute!
which it is really funny because they had one other couple in front of us that were older sitting there doing it too,
I
and they
thought
had
you
their.
guys like weren't officially boyfriend girlfriend. Does this make you officially boyfriend girlfriend?
I guess. I mean, we've been official for a while.
Is it Facebook official?
No,
If it's not Facebook official, it's not official.
well, it can't be Facebook official yet. So
Okay, so it's not
yeah,
official. It's not official yet.
it's Otaku Mike official
No, it's not.
because Otaku Mike knows about it. But let's see what like so we did that, but the couple like beside us like had their hands interlocked like funny,
Uh
and so every time they had to go to like dip their hands, it was really weird.
huh.
And we were sitting there, and it was funny. I swear to God, this guy could have been like years and my best friend. That was the husband because him and his wife were like drinking a little bit because you could stand there with a
Uh
beer
huh.
and dip your
They were
hand or
drunk.
whatever. Not really. I'd say they were tipsy,
Okay.
but it was funny because we were making jokes because they would do it and then dip your hand and then pull it out, and then you'd have to wait for it to dry a little bit, and then they grab another person and dip their hand, and you could
Uh
do
huh.
three. The lady that we had could do three like all together,
Yeah.
and so we were doing that, and we were talking about this being like a couples retreat, I guess, and so the couple that was doing it with us kept joking or whatever. And I said, well, you know what? At the end of this, I said, I looked at the wife and I go, me and your husband are going to dip hands together. Okay. She just looked at me and was like, okay. So
Okay.
yeah, it was a fun time, but it got a little weird here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, and the ground is like huge. The grounds that are there, so
Yeah.
I really want to go back and actually experience the Renaissance Fair with it.
Have you played any video games lately?
I have
What have you played lately?
the same one that you're playing.
I'm playing like 5 different video games right now. So you
I'm
know what I'm playing? I'm playing Star.
I'm
I'm
playing.
playing Star Wars: The Fallen Order or
Yeah,
Jedi Fallen Order, whatever it's called.
yep.
I'm playing Control. I'm playing Valkyrie Chronicles, and I'm playing Mass Effect 1 at the moment.
Yeah. So I'm playing Valkyrie Chronicles 4, same as you.
Uh-huh.
Um, I'm playing Little Nightmares, the DLC. I'm almost done with that. Um, I really want to get 2 and go through there after I finish 1. So
Uh-huh.
maybe Thanksgiving, or not Thanksgiving, Black Friday, I can buy it for cheaper.
Yeah.
Um, of
I
course,
mean,
Fortnite, which I think I'm about to phase that out of my life because I'm just fucking tired.
right. I mean,
Right?
you guys should jump on that bandwagon a long time ago.
Well, the other thing is now that they have Naruto characters getting added
I
into it,
mean, like none of y'all play Fortnite anymore.
I find it disgusting. I know me and your wife need to get on just so I can hit level 200.
None of y'all play anymore.
No, not really.
I mean, like once I left, y'all kind of just broke apart.
We stayed together for a little while.
I was the linchpin. Just saying.
Eh, eh. Maybe.
So I've been. Have you ever heard of the game Control?
No.
So I'm playing this game called Control. It's about this girl named Jessie.
Yeah.
She gets sent this like letter, and she's looking for her brother, and she gets this government facility called the old. It's called the Old House or the First House, which is this government facility, which it's kind of like maybe like the FBI or like Men in Black type of situation going on,
Hmm.
to where they research interdimensional like phenomenons and stuff,
Yeah.
and they have like objects of power, and they research these objects of power, and you get this gun called the service weapon or whatever it's
Oh, so
called.
it's kind of like legendary. Is it like a first person?
No, it's third person.
Okay. Legendary
Yeah,
is kind of set up the same way, but it's first person.
it's third person, and like you can like it's like almost like Metroidvania esque,
Yeah.
um, where you go all around this building, and the building's like ever changing and shifting. You get new powers to unlock different like places, and it's very much like X-Files meets, if you ever watch Twin Peaks. It's a weird game, but it's
Hmm.
cool, and I like it. Like I like it that like you get like different guns, and in your gun just switches forms, and it turns like a shotgun or like a machine gun or like a pulse rifle type of
Is it
situation.
is it like Judge Dredd's gun?
Kind of, but it like shifts. Like it actually physically changes within the game.
Oh, okay.
So like it changes, and it's like one's called like the scatter gun, and it opens up, and like now it becomes like a shotgun with like a spread effect.
Yeah.
Um but you also get these cool like powers.
Hmm.
So I get like telekinesis. I can like grab whatever I want and like just throw it at anybody, and like
Hmm.
all the uh places are like destructible.
Yeah.
So I'm just running around, just throwing shit around, blowing shit up, and getting all this
That's
cool
funny.
shit. And it's really
Yeah.
weird and odd because you do get story elements, but a lot of the story elements within the subtext are left in like documents or like videos or recordings.
Hmm.
It's really interesting, and I've really I really enjoy it because I'm having a hard time playing it.
Yeah.
Like I find it so
That's
challenging, and I'm like, oh
that's
my
not the
god.
first game I heard you had challenges
I
in.
know I've been having a lot of troubles with another game, but that's because I just stopped and I wanted to play Chronicle, and I want to play not Chronicle Control. But I
Yeah.
recommend if you ever get a chance to play Control, I recommend it because it's not a bad game. Like it's a really good game.
Yeah.
Um, it's not for everybody, but I've been enjoying it.
Hmm.
Which I found out that it's in the same world as. Have you ever played Alan Wake?
I haven't.
There's this horror game called Alan Wake where you use like light to kill like monsters.
Hmm.
And so I was like, oh, now I got to go play Alan Wake to see how that like connected with Control.
Hmm.
And yeah, I don't know. I was going into the lore of this game. Like I got like a giant lore dump, and it's crazy.
You're like, oh man, that one set me up for a couple weeks.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
all I'm doing is like thinking about shit in the game. Like what can I do here? What can I do here? Like what does this mean? What is this thermos in the middle of nowhere?
That's funny.
Like why is um a floppy disk like an item of power? Like it's
Oh
weird. It's
man.
like it's weird because like everything has like this retro like 1950s 1960s look to it,
Yeah.
like within the world. So I'm like, oh, this is fucking weird. Like, it's shit, you know. They always
Yeah.
have all these crazy like monsters that pop out, and you gotta kill them and stuff. And yeah,
That
but I'm
sounds
playing.
that sounds exactly like Legendary.
I don't know what Legendary is, so
It's kind of the same thing. Like
uh,
you get a gun and stuff, and then there's like these shards that you find that upgrade your power, so you can sit there and use magic, kind of, sorta.
oh,
And then you have like mythological monsters and stuff that come out that you have to fight.
uh,
So
uh,
it's an older one, I think, that came out on the PS3.
I don't think I ever heard of that game.
It was pretty fun, but um,
I guess I could dust off the PS3 and find it.
yeah, or see if they re-uploaded it for the PS4, maybe.
Probably not.
Probably not. But
It doesn't sound like it was popular.
I have no idea.
But
But and then we both been well, we both been playing Valkyrie Chronicles, which you
yeah,
told me that you were stuck on one part.
yeah, I was stuck on this mission. You just get the cactus, and I don't remember what the mission was called. But I got stuck on it, so I put it down and started playing different games and stuff.
I think it's called the War of something.
Something I don't remember what it was called. But yeah, I've been enjoying Valkyrie Chronicles for quite a bit. Like I've been enjoying it. I
Hmm.
think it's a lot better than the first game.
That's
Uh,
true. I've only found one problem I hate with it, and it's actually with the DLC part of
what's
it.
that?
I don't like that every other character it works for. All of the characters you had from the DLC for Squad 7,
Uh huh.
all of them except for the Edelweiss, it
Yeah.
works because they all go off of what the level is for like their scout or something like that.
Well, I
The Edelweiss is the only thing that you can't like upgrade.
if you do like a skirmish thing, you can
Yeah.
use him in the skirmishes.
You can use them in the storyline too if they need
Oh,
a tank thing.
you can.
Yeah, so and that's really cool too. So if like you could use the cactus, you can use the Edelweiss.
Okay.
But the problem with the Edelweiss is you can't upgrade it anymore. So at some point it
Mm.
becomes obsolete.
I mean, I feel like having Squad 7 in there is kind of really just fan service,
Yeah,
for the most part. Because, I mean, I think they were in Valkyrie Chronicles 2 and maybe 3 as well.
I have no idea.
But I've liked this one a lot more. I like the fact that, you have like squad stories now, so you can have stories with all your squad mates have like a reason to be in the game, and they have more character to them.
Yeah,
And I like the fact that they're all in the like cutscenes as well. So whatever people you have, they will be in the cutscenes. They will interact with you, unlike the first game, we're just like 5 people, like
Yeah.
five people just in the thing, you know. The grenade, the was it the Grenader or the
Yeah.
Grenadier?
Yeah.
The new thing that they added, that thing is like fucking overpowered as shit.
It is. I
I was like,
That's actually the only thing in mine that I don't actually use.
oh really?
Yeah. Like I'll put the base chick out there,
Uh huh.
the one that gives you extra movement and stars and everything.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I don't really use any of them.
Okay.
Um, and it's just because like if you really look at it, you can actually beat it in a different way. Which I'm having. Usually, I base my squads more off of like my snipers, but that's another thing that I like in this game is that they're evening out the maps more so that you might have a good chunk of it for like snipers, but now it's also swapping up. So you might have one where scouts are better
Yeah.
or lancers are
Like,
better, stuff like that. Because like in Valkyrie Chronicles 3, like I never had to use lancers at all.
well, have you played number 3? Because number 3 never came out over here.
Mm, would it be number 2 then?
Number 2 was from the PSP.
Okay, no, then it's just regular Valkyrie Chronicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we never got number 3 over here, I think. And then they had Valkyrie Revelations, which that's just a garbage dumpster fire right there.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that one.
Well, so, uh, but yeah, like I like it that they're more like set out differently. Like you said, the character side stories, those are pretty fun.
Yeah.
Um, I actually every time I play now, like I usually play with the same squad,
Yeah.
almost because everybody that I use actually are friends with each other,
Mm-hmm.
which gives you a better benefit. And actually learning your team. Like one of the things that you told me, which I guess it's kind of like a cheat to get a new character, but it's not a cheat to get a new character.
Mm-hmm.
The Curtis one, where if he gets taken out, you know that his sister gets enlisted into it.
Yeah.
So they actually have a fun little thing if you put them on the battlefield for their special
Yeah.
orders, like
Yeah, they like
positives and
talking
negatives.
stuff as well.
Yeah, well, they have their positives and negatives and everything,
Yeah.
and the sister will come on, and she gets
It's like overbearing sister or something like that. Or
yeah,
something.
that's Curtis's thing. So
Okay.
he gets negatives if his sister's close to him.
Yeah.
So if you use it, you have to use Curtis and run him up first, and then run his sister up because when his sister gets there, she gets like sister's willpower or whatever, and it's like so she gets positives from him, and he gets negatives from her.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of like play around with how you use your guys, what order you use
Yeah.
them in,
I'm
and
I'm interested to try the other DLC.
yeah.
Because I only have the first DLC pack, the Squad 7 pack. But there's one called like the Two Valkyries, I think it's called,
Yeah,
where I think you get like the Valkyrie from the first game
I'm not
as a
sure.
playable
Because
character,
right now the two that
right?
I've had Squad Sevens and I've had Edie's.
Uh-huh. Well, they're like you can't play them until you get to a certain part in the game.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Yeah,
probably why.
yeah,
I'm
they're
like,
like limited to where you can't touch them until I think like chapter 10 or something.
okay.
Yeah, it's like
Well,
the other ones are like farther into the game.
yeah.
Did you get the
So
swim? Did you get the swimsuit one?
I think so. Maybe I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's one a mission where they go to the beach.
Yeah. Uh, no, I haven't gotten that one yet, but I have progressed up to um
Your dog is barking
but
a lot.
yeah, I haven't gotten to that part. I've
Your
gotten
dog's still
to
barking.
hey guys, sorry about that. I have a dog that likes to bark whenever anybody pulls into a driveway around me. So I guess it's a good security system. But you guys get to hear it all the
Uh,
time.
anyways, what were you talking about?
Valkyrie Chronicles. You asked me if I had gotten the swimsuit one yet.
Yeah, there's one where you go to the beach because there's like a secret base on the beach, and you get like swimsuits for all your characters.
I have no idea
Yeah.
because like I don't have so far I don't have anything right now where one of my characters um actually has been in a situation like that.
No, it's part of one of the DLC missions.
Because my two DLC missions right now are the the one with Squad 7 and the one with Edie, which
Yeah,
is actually a part of Squad 7.
you probably haven't unlocked them yet if you haven't got them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Um
you physically have them, but you haven't unlocked them yet.
Probably.
Yeah.
Which I know the other thing is I need to go in. I don't think I deleted or I downloaded the free symbols. And that's another thing I like in this, that your symbols and stuff that you can
Oh
get
yeah.
actually mean something as well.
Oh yeah. They give you buffs and stuff.
Yeah. So I really, really enjoy and like that aspect of it as well.
Yeah.
Um, so one of the other things that's kind of weird is I feel like every time I get done with a major mission, I get an award, and I'm like,
Yeah. You get an
uh,
award, or you get like people
yeah. Well,
and
I
stuff.
get people for everything, but
Yeah.
just the little medals and stuff that you get, and I'm like, does this do anything for me?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. I'm not. I don't know all the ins and outs of Valkyrie Chronicles.
Yeah, because I thought before you could click on like one of the medals and it would give you like a boost to something, depending on what medal you had.
Yeah.
But as far as I've seen so far, it doesn't do that in this one right now.
Yeah. So I did something stupid the other day,
Yeah,
or maybe like stupidly funny,
yeah.
depending on
Oh,
who you.
give me one. So let me tell you this real quick.
All right.
So remember, I called you and told you that you get the ship, and I couldn't figure out what it was.
Uh huh.
It's a flying ship.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, that's what your stuff's on right now. And I just got to one of the missions where you're training, and it's you have your squad, and then you have a squad that's called something else, like either the King's Guard or it has a specific name to it, something like that.
Yeah.
And this other one is actually who owns the flying ship, and so you
Mm-hmm.
go from Minerva being the person that kind of like helps command your troops and everything, or
She
tells
the
you
one
when
with
new
the
people are in.
glasses.
Yeah, she's the redhead.
Yeah.
Um, she actually becomes a part of your squad as a scout, and now you have this other lady that is the leader. That's the captain on the ship,
Okay.
and it's all in an ice area, so it's really different from the
Yeah,
sands.
because
And
don't they change clothes and stuff?
yeah, now they're all in like jackets and winter wear.
Yeah, because a lot of it takes place up north, so a
Yeah,
lot of it's gonna be in the snow now.
yeah. So that's where the ship is, but now you actually have the ship as well, where you know your order command set
Yeah.
that you can tell your troops. Now you can order the ship to like drop a beacon or drop bombs or something like that.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, so I was like, oh man, like this is uh this is gonna make a difference whenever I can figure out how to do it more. Because right now it's like, well, right now you can use the radar, and I'm like, oh okay,
Okay, I'll use the radar.
yeah. Which
Yeah,
I still haven't played skirmishes yet, so that's what I need to do, is to do that to get my scouts up a little bit. But
yeah. It's just the missions you've like already played, basically.
yeah,
It's nothing like exciting.
which that's one of the other funny things, like because you and I keep talking about strategy tactics sometimes on and
Uh,
off, and my brothers were sitting here yesterday, and I played it a little bit, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "You've only used one person for like the past 3 games. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, well, what exactly are you doing? Like, that doesn't make any sense. And you keep winning. I go, oh, you just use one scout. You run them to the thing that you're supposed to. They handle themselves. You just shoot whoever it is in the face, and you just keep going. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah. Massive points. You always get like an A or B ranking all the time. And they were like, you play this way differently than how I would have. I was like, what? They go, I would have moved my whole army. I go, you don't need that. You just need one good scout. And they're like,
Oh,
what
it
the fuck?
depends. It depends, because you can in the old one you could like stack up buffs onto the scout,
Yeah,
and you can like your orders and stuff. So you could send them quite a ways and like actually beat the game really fast.
I don't even do that. I
Well,
do,
it's like later on when you get harder into the game,
yeah,
like later on, because it does get harder. But like I remember seeing this one thing. It was like late into the game where they had is it Alice? Who's the one with the red bandana? Is it?
red bandana.
She was in Squad 7.
Rosie. Oh,
No,
you
she had a
mean the
red
one with the, Alicia?
Alicia. Yeah, you could like stack buffs on Alicia, and she
Yeah,
would like basically like wreck shop and just go through the entire map with barely taking any damage.
yeah. After she kind of like had her Valkyrie powers awaken.
No,
Oh,
no. Alicia wasn't a Valkyrie, right?
yeah, she was.
Is she?
Yeah, there's a one mission where you get where she starts like zoning out, and then she actually gets a sword and a shield and turns into like one of the little mystical Valkyrie
I
esque.
might have not gotten to that part in the game. In the first game.
Yeah, it was insane.
Oh. Anyways, so I have a story for you.
Yeah.
I have a story for you. So I was perusing.
Okay.
So what was it saying? Oh, I was on Amazon.
Yeah.
I was on Amazon and just looking around, and this thing popped up. Uh,
Right.
uh, have you ever heard what a mankini is?
Yeah.
You know, like that thing like Borat wears.
Yeah.
So,
With the shoulder straps.
yeah, with the shoulder straps.
Yeah.
Um, um, I purchased myself a mankini.
Oh my god.
Is lime green, and I got it.
It's not yellow like Borat's.
No, Boris is green.
I thought he had a yellow one.
I mean, he might have. I don't know.
No, I think I'm thinking of Bruno.
Okay.
I think Bruno had one too that was yellow.
So so a thought process was going through my head, and I was like, I kind of want this.
Was there a thought process?
I mean, probably not. It was very spontaneous. And I was like, oh, this would be a good like gag gift to get, but I was like, oh, I bought it, and I was like, oh man, what if I don't fit in it? Because it was like a one size fits all type of thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what if my Ghibli bits doesn't fit in it? What if my beans and franks don't fit? Because in some of the anime
my
and some
Ghibli
of the
bits.
Amazon reviews, they were like, yeah, my balls just hung out of it.
Hang out on either side.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then I get it, and I was like, wait a minute. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. And I was like, wait a minute. This is not as advertised. This looks nothing like the picture.
Yeah.
Nothing like the picture whatsoever.
Oh, no.
So I think
Yeah.
I think I got a bootleg Mankini.
Yeah.
Maybe, because it did not give me a 6-pack. you know. And so I get this thing home, and I wait for the kids to leave. I wait for the kids to leave, and
Oh no.
I'm like, okay. So Kathleen wanted me to like put some stuff in the washer just for like clothes to wash.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll gather up the clothes, and like, okay, I'll quit. She was like sitting in the living room watching TV or whatever, or playing video games. I think she was playing video games. I think she was,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this thing on, put this thing on, and be like, wait, how do I put this thing on? Which way's the front? Which way's the back? So
Oh no.
I had to look at the picture, and because it just came in like a blank, like a see-through bag, no
Yeah.
instructions on how to put this thing on.
Oh
No
no.
instructions. So I had to look hold up a picture of like somebody else wearing one of these things,
Oh
and
my god.
because they put it in the review of them wearing it
Yeah.
of their Amazon review, like, okay, so that's the front and this is the back. Okay,
Oh my god.
okay. And then when I proceed to like get it on, that's like those times when it's kind of hard to put on like your underwear or your underpants or boxers, where your foot
No.
kind of gets stuck, and
Oh,
maybe
okay.
maybe
Maybe.
they they kind of get tangled up a little bit. Well, it got tangled
Maybe.
up a little. It got tangled up a little bit, so I had to readjust things and make sure everything was in place and whatnot. And so
Yeah.
I put this thing on. I had the biggest wedgie that I have ever had in my life.
No shit.
So I was standing there in the mirror, and I'm like, God damn. I either look totally ridiculous or sexy as hell. I can't decide. Probably totally ridiculous.
You should have just been like, I'm totally both.
I'm totally both. So I put this thing on, and I'm like, okay. I barely got this thing on.
Right.
Like it was stretched to the max. So I'm sitting there with this thing on, and I walk out of the bedroom. Mind you, my wife has no idea that I am wearing this thing.
Oh my god. Yeah.
And so we have like this really long hallway. I go to the end of the hallway, and I kind of like prop my hand up on the like the side of the wall, and I try to make like a pose, where I'm
Yeah.
kind of like trying to like pose, lean on kind of the wall, and I'm like, no response. And she turns and looks back and does like a double take, and she's like, "What the hell? What the hell are you wearing?" And I was like, I was trying to be spontaneous, and
I feel like you should have had a little boombox with you.
I probably should have a little boombox with me.
When I think about you, I touch myself. Whoa.
She laughed so hard.
Yeah.
She laughed so hard. Like those laughs where it's like those guttural laughs where you like can't breathe.
Yeah.
You can't breathe.
Yeah.
And if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. True story, brah. She wet her pants because she laughed so hard. Yeah.
You'll have to get a new chair now too.
No, it was just like a slight tinkle. Like a slight tinkle.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. It was the best $9 I've ever spent on a joke. It was good. It was amazing. And I started dancing around in it, and just moving around, I got like a big ass wedgie, going around. And then she was like, "What are you gonna do with this?" I was like, "I don't know. Maybe I'll whip it out during the holidays. Just put it on occasionally. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this thing.
Yeah.
And
Well, I think we should still go because I have my banana hammock thing from my last relationship still.
uh
And I totally think that we should make a little side cash on OnlyFans
huh.
by doing some random stuff. Be like uh Otaku Mike Borat washing the dishes
but
and just put a camera behind you washing the dishes.
but like sitting there wearing this thing, it was like the most uncomfortable thing to wear.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people wear like G strings and banana hammocks and stuff like that. Like I don't
Oh,
feel like
banana hammock is way different than that.
I feel like it's not made for big dudes. Like
This is true.
like I feel like I'm not being included in this, and I felt like I was a little bit body shamed because it didn't fit on me perfectly.
Yeah.
'Cause it
So
wasn't
you're
made
gonna
for me.
start the Otakuology brand of men's sexy fashion.
Probably we're gonna have branded mankinis. Um,
You might be like one of the 600-pound sisters from my 600-pound life, but you know
oh
what?
no, I'm not
Even you
600 pounds.
even you can look sexy too. You don't have to be. You're
I'm
just
not 600 pounds.
that's just part of your target audience. We're going for 200 pounds and up.
But yeah, and so like right now it's hanging on our towel rack on our door,
Oh my
and
god!
I just left it. I just left it there. And she's like, Kathleen's like, "Can you just please like just put this somewhere else. Just or move it somewhere else. Does it really need to be hanging on the door? Like I touched it several times, and it just
That's
it's gross."
funny. That's funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, we could totally do part of that for our OnlyFans. Give us
Oh
a little
yeah,
more
most
income.
definitely.
Ew, ew, goodness. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
that is really fucking funny.
yeah. She was like shocked and like I don't know, like gobsmacked. Like her jaw like almost hit the floor. Like it was like the
I
reaction
bet.
the reaction was priceless. I should have filmed it, but I didn't.
It's probably like, what the hell?
And I'm kicking myself for not filming it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of what I did this month. Nothing like bad. I just trying to, I don't know, be
trying
funny.
trying to make my wife laugh
Trying to make my wife laugh.
hysterically.
I had to get her. I had to, make her laugh because I made her really mad because of the eggnog incident a month ago.
You had an eggnog incident a month ago?
Yeah. So did I ever tell you like my wife like hates eggnog?
Yeah, I knew that. Because
Yeah.
sometimes that would be my taunt to her if we were playing Fortnite for her to like walk over to where we were at if she was trying to do her own thing or whatever. I'd be like,
Yeah.
eggnog, eggnog, eggnog.
Yeah. So my wife, for anybody who doesn't heard the story, my wife hates eggnog.
Oh yeah, with a fucking passion.
Hates eggnog with a passion. You can say she has eggnog PTSD from when she was a child. She basically had eggnog as a child and she did not like it. And her dad made her drink the eggnog that she had left over because eggnog is kind of expensive a little bit.
Yeah.
It can be a little expensive.
Which I have a story to tell after you with this
Okay,
one.
okay. And so like I'm like, oh, I'm at the store getting some stuff, and I'm like, oh, it's that time of the season. It's eggnog season. The one time of the year where I get to have this glorious eggnog that I love to drink. I love eggnog. Now I know it's not for everybody. I know it's not for everybody.
You
Okay.
should get some and put it, like, buy it and put it in the back of your freezer and unthaw it, like, in summer.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And be like, hey, we're having eggnog all year round, okay?
That's a good idea. So I get it, and like no, like my daughter doesn't like eggnog. Son, he likes eggnog. It's but my daughter doesn't like it. Kathleen doesn't like it, and I get it, and I'm the only one who like drinks it, so I just drink it straight out of the carton.
Yeah,
Like a savage.
yeah.
Some people might say.
I'm a
Um,
savage.
I'm a savage.
Well,
But
the funny thing, so whenever you had the last time when you got eggnog, that song thing dance came out on Fortnite. So that was like your theme song for like all of Fortnite. Every time I'm a savage, and we all would sing it to you. It was funny.
but yeah, so I got it and I put it next to the milk, and Kathleen goes to open up the refrigerator, and
Oh
uh,
shit!
she sees it, and she goes to grab it. 'Cause she thought she grabbed the milk,
Yeah.
and she's like, "God damn it! Why do you have to bring this into the house?" She throws it back into the refrigerator, and she like has to like block her hand with her eyesight with her hand, not to see the eggnog, like not to see it,
Okay.
because she can't look at it. We can't even talk about it. We can't have it in the house. We can't drink it in front of her. So what do I do? What do I do?
Bathe in it.
I purposely walk in front of her with a big glass of eggnog and drink it as slow as humanly possible. Because I love my wife and I love eggnog.
Does she have a side table at her chair?
Yes.
You should have like pulled up a dining room chair and sat down right beside her and stuck it on the table right there.
Yeah. And so like, yeah, I was like, this is some good eggnog. And for me just drinking it, like she like I don't know if it's like the smell or whatever, but like she ended up throwing up and like vomiting.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's pretty funny
I
though.
made my wife throw up. Yeah, that's my input to the Otakuology Unwind podcast right
Oh
there.
my gosh.
Yeah, my wife.
Well, so
Yeah.
the one story that you tell that I like was last year when you bought the eggnog, which is the same time we had the
Is
Savage
it when
song
I
going.
went when we had family members come over?
No, 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 no. It
Was it
was
was it the
when
was it was it the
it
one where
was
we had family members come over, and I was in charge of the beverages, and I just got like 10 things of eggnog.
yeah, but it was after that.
Okay.
After that, whenever because like hardly anybody touched the eggnog,
Oh yeah.
and so it was like every day. What are you doing? I'm trying to drink this carton of eggnog.
I got so sick.
Right? And so you were like half sick walking around with all this stuff, and you could just, if I was on Fortnite, I could hear you like walking around and be like, oh, I'm drinking this eggnog. Or you and I would be on the phone, and I could still hear your wife on the game too talking,
Yeah.
and you could just hear her. You'd be in there pouring a glass, and I guess she'd catch a whiff of it going through the house or something. And you were like, it's so fucking great.
Yeah, is the best.
But
Is definitely the best. Yeah.
I just, you
Sometimes you
know
just
the,
gotta mess with them.
you know the other funny thing that would look really funny if you could
What?
do it right?
What?
Put some like lemon or whatever, so it looks like it starts curdling your
No.
eggnog, and pour
No.
it into a cup and make it just look disgusting and start drinking it in front of her.
I mean, she already thinks it's disgusting.
Yeah, she'd probably lose it even worse if she knew it like you were drinking it. It looked expired.
I mean, eggnog expires pretty fast.
Yeah,
So, I mean, it only lasts like a couple days, I think. Like a month at least.
yeah.
It don't last that long.
Unless you put it in the freezer.
Now I kind of want some eggnog.
I know, I want eggnog. And I keep forgetting every year to get it. And then it seems like I run out of it at my store, and I'm like, damn it. I didn't get any eggnog.
I usually go for different companies and just grab all the eggnog I can. Yeah.
So, if you would like a chance for that sponsorship of donating eggnog to Taco Mike Jin Gray,
What's that? What's that one company that doesn't have that? They have the cow for the mascot. Is it Borden's?
yeah, that has the little cheese wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Borden's,
so.
hit me up.
Or Bluebell.
Bluebell doesn't do eggnog.
They could now.
I mean, they're not that far from me.
Yeah, can I get some eggnog from you?
I need some eggnog ice cream.
Oh my god, you know they'd probably do it too.
Did
Or
I
Ben and
tell you?
Jerry's. Ben and Jerry's would.
Did I tell you I got a new Gundam?
No.
I got a new Gundam.
Okay.
It's sitting on top of my other Gundams that I haven't built yet. So you know how I loathe and I hate the Barbados Gundam?
Yeah.
Well, my wife got me the Barbados Master Grade Gundam for our anniversary.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's just sitting there taunting me.
And now you're like, I have to build this.
I have to build it. I mean, she gave it to me. I have to build it, you know?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Be like, I might need you to take this back to the store for me, please.
But she got it from
Thank you.
Amazon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sucks for you.
Yeah. Man, Gundam prices have been like fucking ridiculous lately.
I'm sure
Yeah,
prices for everything are ridiculous.
but I am almost finished with my Wing Zero kit. I've had that for like 5 months.
Oh my gosh. Well, the other day I got the Psycho Gundam.
What's the Psycho Gundam?
So it looks like the Gundam Penelope, but it doesn't have the dragon on it or the wings or anything, and it's
I'm gonna
black
look
and
this up.
purple.
Hold on. Is it black?
Yeah, it's black and red and purple.
Black, red, and this one's black, red, and blue.
They must have painted it or something.
Oh, I see it. This came out in 1999.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like one of the first huge ones that they actually had.
I mean, it doesn't look bad if you build it properly.
Well, the worst part about it is it's supposed to transform as well. So I'm probably not going to try that part, but
This is the one that looks like he has like a boombox in the front of his chest, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So, this is all black too. Man, you're gonna have some fucking nub marks on this thing.
After I get it built, nobody has to know.
This looks weird.
So the story behind it, though.
Why'd you get the Psycho Gundam?
So I was trying to build all of the high grades for Universal Century and everything, which has future in it, everything. Like they include everything into it. And so I ended up putting an order in to get it years ago. Literally. Literally. But so before we moved into, or after we moved into the new house when I was still with my ex and everything, I had actually put in an order for this, and that was, for anybody that knows when I moved, that was 2 years ago.
I don't like the way this looks.
They called me and were like, "Oh, hey, do you still want this?" Because it is like one of the other ones that, like, a lot of people actually try to seek out and get a Psycho Gundam.
Really?
Yeah, like it's kind of a big thing. And I didn't know that till after I had put in my order and done research. Well, I thought I would probably like never get it, and then it ended up that I got the call to come pick it up, and I was just like, "What?"
Have you seen these new ones? It's for the Gundam Breaker kits.
Maybe.
They're like reimagining of like other kits.
Yeah.
So like one's like a reimagining of like the Shining Gundam, but it's instead of it having shiny feet, having shiny hands, it has shiny feet, and it has different colors and stuff. And one's like a reimagining of like the Wing Gundam and all these other ones, you know.
Yeah.
They're for this new series, and the one of them's like just the OG Gundam, but it's in red, white, and blue American flag
Yeah.
colors.
Oh my gosh.
I
Yeah.
kind of want it.
Oh my gosh.
I kind of want it. It looks cool.
Okay,
And
but
they're
you have to do two things with this, okay?
what?
You have to build it. You have
Uh
to get
huh.
another Mankini that is a red, white, and blue one.
Okay.
And you have to take pictures and or video to put on the OnlyFans site.
But it's a Target exclusive. I might go to Target after this and try to see if I can find it.
Right. But your Mankini will be cheap too, so you can wear them together and like
But
pose with it.
it's like a $9 kit.
I know, but you could pose with it on OnlyFans in your Mankini.
I guess.
Happy Independence Day. I
But
just
I
get the
like.
whole thing of Deadpool, the first one where they're like, "Can we keep this up all year while they're sleeping together?" And it's like, Happy Chinese New Year. You're the dog.
Was it
Um,
happy women's?
Happy Women's Independence Day.
Oh god. But yeah. So why did you get the Psycho Gundam?
Because I had ordered it from like 2 years ago. I was like, oh man, blast from the past.
How much was this kit?
It's only 60.
You paid $60 for it.
Yeah,
You paid $60 for a kit that came out in 1999.
yeah.
You might have got ripped off, buddy.
Oh, definitely not, because you can't find it really online anywhere for either they won't have it or it'll be in the hundreds.
I don't think it's worth $60.
Eh,
Are you gonna build it properly this time?
I'm gonna build it the way that I build all mine.
By having horrid nub marks on your Gundams?
Sure, I like putting them together like puzzles.
I would like to see you actually put a Gundam together the proper way and actually clean it up and stuff. When I come down there, I'm gonna show you the proper way how to build a Gundam.
Then you'll be here for like 4 months.
No, I'll do it on like a high grade.
Then you'll be here for 2
This
weeks.
these are the tools you need. This is how you do it.
Definitely not.
This is what you do. I'm gonna get you a fucking tool set.
Definitely not. I still have some 30-minute mission ones that I have to put together. And I put one of those together too when my brothers were here, and they were like, "Why are you clipping all the stuff out?" I go, "I already know all the pieces." So I got done clipping it. And they sat there and they went, "Did you just put that together?" I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "I thought it was supposed to take you 30 minutes." I said, "Oh, yeah, it was." And they're like, "Well, how'd you get it done so fast?" I go, "Oh, I know how to put this together." And
I'm gonna
it
sh-
ended up taking me like 8 or 9 minutes. And they were like,
I want to see you actually like do work on a Gundam.
"You want me to paint it and everything?"
I want it to be like pristine, put together,
Pristine
panel.
worldwide.
I want it to be panel lined. I want no nub marks. I
Is it
want
is it going to be pristine worldwide?
yeah, yeah. Because I want to show you the ways of the Gunpla. You know, you gotta take care of your Gunpla.
I have my own secret fist technique.
Whisper sweet nothings to your Gunpla. Take it for long walks on the beach. You know, stuff like that.
I don't know
Yeah.
what to tell you anymore. Long walks on the beach.
But yeah, like you don't have to build them.
Goodness.
You don't have to build them like super fast. Just just Bill?
Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, that's what I enjoy the best, like putting it together like a puzzle.
It's not a
So,
puzzle. It's not a puzzle.
oh, it's so fun.
But you don't even clean it up.
The faster, the better.
No,
I just need it to be smooth.
but you have like the markings where if you cut it too close, it'll like get rid of the paint.
Yeah, it'll be the stress plastic or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, the stress
Yeah,
plastic.
yeah. I usually cut that down to where it's all smooth and stuff too,
I don't like the stress plastic.
though.
And then you get like white marks all over your Gundams.
Yeah. So there's another one that I might get, and it might be one that I actually try and go above and beyond with.
What's that?
That's is it the stingray
I
or
don't know.
the swordfish? Spike's little red plane.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are cool. Those have cool details on them. I think those might be sticker heavy. I can't
I have
remember.
no idea. No idea. But we did start watching that too.
Oh yeah, we did start watching Cowboy Bebop.
So it is really good. Anybody that has watched anything or whatever, likes Cowboy Bebop, doesn't like Cowboy Bebop the anime, I think it's really good set up.
I don't think
Um,
you. How can you not like Cowboy Bebop the anime?
I don't know. There's a lot of people that don't.
How do you not like it? It's like the best thing ever. It's like the best anime of all time.
You're making me think of this joke I said earlier to somebody when I woke up.
You look up best anime of all time, you see Cowboy
They
Bebop right there.
they I was doing like a dad joke and they were like, "What?" I said, "You know the best part of sex?" And they were like, "What?" Or I said, "The best part of sex in the morning." They go, "What?" I go, "Folgers in your."
That's stupid.
Because it's the best part of waking up.
You might need to work on that joke.
You're not a coffee drinker.
You might need to work on that joke, sir.
You might need to drink coffee to get it.
I can't drink coffee. If I drink coffee, I get the shits.
Just don't drink as much.
If I drink any coffee, it just like goes right through me. And it's like, oh, we're coming out the other end.
Right? So I did have somebody say that they wanted you to pick up their doing the Invincible podcast again, though. So
Who?
one of the bros that listens,
Why?
just because they like comics more than they like manga and other stuff.
Well, they might have to wait on that.
I just told him, I said, "Oh well," I said, "I have TV shows." So that was about it. I was like, I don't do comics, so. But yeah,
I mean, eventually I'll do that again.
right.
I just haven't had time, or I got a little burnt out a little bit
Yeah,
because I was reading it and I was reading it for the podcast, and I was starting to like not have fun with it.
yeah.
So I had to like, I decided to like put it down till I just wanted to read the series, and then go back and
Yeah.
do it for the podcast. So
Which, speaking of the podcast, so like I brought up at the beginning, I thought it was funny when we put our Gemini manga episode out because we had people already pre-requesting it. Because we usually put out our main ones Sunday morning, and we had people request it. So instead of putting out Sunday, we put it out Saturday.
yeah,
And then out of that, we ended up having like 3 or 4 people ask for interviews and stuff like that. And I was just like, what?
moving on up to the east side.
Right? Moving on up where we have more people that actually request us to interview them.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
yeah.
I know what I was talking about.
Hey,
I don't remember
did
what I
you
was
also
talking
know?
about.
Did you also know that today is also Community Day for Pokemon Go?
I don't play Pokemon Go.
Well, I do. So,
Pokemon Go is for losers.
friends of the podcast can ask us about what's Jin's friend code so that we can be friends on Pokemon Go. And yeah,
All right.
so but
Anyways,
yeah, anyways,
this is a fun talk.
right.
I
I'm sure
guess.
we'll have more freaky fun stuff to talk about later.
Maybe I don't know. This kind of conversation was everywhere. But
Right.
I'm glad we got to do those interviews over the
Hey,
weekend.
you know the other good thing that came out of doing our other interviews and stuff too, though,
What?
is that we do have another podcast that invited us on to actually be a part of their show. So
Oh, we
that's a
did.
little exciting.
Do you want to announce that?
Sure.
All right, go ahead.
So, uh, if anybody remembers what was the other thing we recorded with them? The wrestling thing?
Escape the Undertaker.
Yeah. So we recorded Escape the Undertaker with the Pixel Guy podcast. Um, and so they actually have invited us on to do an interview on us for their podcast. Since they're actually friends that we have, they're Talking Mike's wife's friends and our friends and stuff. We played Fortnite with them and other games and things like that, and talk on and off in Facebook uh, chat groups and
Chat.
stuff like that. Yeah, tat groups.
It's great. Facebook tat groups. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we kind of strong armed ourselves into that interview a
Oh,
little bit.
I would definitely say I did. I was like, because you and I kind of talked about the other day, and you were like, they haven't asked or whatever, and so I was like, I'm gonna make my buddy proud. I'm gonna be like, hey, so when are we coming on?
Yeah.
It was a little bit on the nose, I will say that, because I don't ever feel like right having to ask that, but
Yeah.
since they've been on twice, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm just gonna go
Yeah.
ahead and do it.
I don't like to invite myself on podcasts either. It's more like, hey, if you wanna ask us, yeah, we'll totally come on.
Right,
But you kind of strong armed us because yeah, like they were coming on twice, and I feel like it's kind of like a hey, you scratch my back, I scratch your back type of
right,
situation. You know, I'm
yeah,
excited though. I'm a little excited. I've never been interviewed on it for a podcast.
right. Hey, and if one of the first questions on this podcast isn't, Mike, have you ever thought about punching white women in the face of the wall? I'm gonna be so upset. I'm gonna be like, this is a really good podcast, but it wasn't. Why not? Because we didn't bring up the joke about punching white women in the face.
People will get that when they watch our Pixel Guys episode.
Yeah, which that should air in like 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah, 2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, so
Give or take.
yeah,
Yeah, I
so
mean, I've been having fun with the podcast, and
right, and we're getting close. I actually think either this week or into next week, we will be at over 150 episodes or so, like total.
yeah, total. But yeah, we're almost to episode 50 for our Otakuology podcast.
Right, our main one.
Yeah, which is
So stay tuned for that,
crazy.
guys.
It's
Right.
crazy. It's crazy to think about that.
The weird thing, and I kind of brought it up on the interview with them,
Yeah,
is the fact of how we, um, like before we were having problems, like thinking, oh, well, we're gonna make it to 50 or whatever.
yeah,
Like thinking about the whole drive of, oh, we're not gonna make it there. Kind of sort of getting discouraged, or it's gonna be a hard battle, and then thinking about like we're right here at the doorstep of episode
yeah,
50.
yeah,
We already have our episodes basically pre-planned for the rest up to 50, and
yeah.
that that we already have like 20 more podcasts planned after episode 50. So I'm just like, we just really got this whole, I guess, good part going with it.
This is definitely a thing. It's definitely something you have to work at, and
Yeah, and I feel like since we've worked at it so much, it's gotten easier. So for
a little
anybody
bit.
trying to start their own podcast, like, you keep at it, it just kind of starts falling in your lap because then you become a natural.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I can't believe we lasted this long.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can.
I shit. I
Yeah,
think this has lasted longer than our live stream podcast that we used to do,
right.
and it's
That's
actually more.
true.
It's actually more popular than that one.
That's true too.
you know,
So, which we'll have to go back and look at when we actually posted our first episode.
I can tell you right now. Hold
Uh,
on.
well, I know that, but we'll have to do like an extra special episode whenever we do that.
It was February 27th was the first episode.
February 27th.
Yeah,
And I mean that's pretty good. So February 27th.
we'll be
Uh,
doing this for a
if
year.
if I calculated this right, I think the first week or the second week in February will actually be our 50th episode.
You think so?
Yeah. So
I mean, we are going to slow down a little bit during the holidays.
yeah,
So,
I would say expect like some lighter filling episodes probably with that.
yeah.
We might put out like a few Christmassy-esque
Oh,
episodes.
we should review Home Alone, like the original Home Alone movie.
Okay, well, I had another one on my list that I was going to run
Okay.
past you for
What,
us
what
to
was
do
your What was
too.
yours?
Jingle All the Way. Is that it?
Oh, we can do that one too. I love that movie.
With Arnold Schwarzenegger and trying to get
Yeah,
Turbo Man. I
I
watched that
love that.
yesterday. I watched
I
that the
like
other
that.
day.
I like.
So,
Yeah, but yeah,
but
like we should do one about like gift giving to otakus or something like that.
oh yeah, we could do that too.
Yeah.
We could put out little 10-minute or 15-minute episodes.
No,
20 starting the first 24 days.
no, no.
On the first day, what did I give to my otaku?
You know, you know, our buddies over at Trains, Planes, and Comic Book, or Planes, Trains, and Comic Book, sorry. Planes, Trains, and Comic Books did that for Halloween.
Yeah.
Their first year, they had like the 13 days of Halloween.
Yeah.
And like that, like nearly like they were like exhausted after that.
Oh, well,
You know,
we would just pre-record all ours.
I think they did too.
Ours don't have to be that long.
But they were like short. They were like maybe like 20-minute podcasts.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So
shameless plug, Planes, Trains, and Comic Books podcast. Go check
that's
them out
true.
on all major podcast platforms.
That's
They are our
true.
podcast friends. We
Right.
like
As
them. We
well
like
as
them.
the Pixel guys.
You mean the Pixel Cast?
Yeah, the Pixel Cast.
Well, I think they should change their names to the Pixel Guys because there's also another podcast out there called the Pixel Cast
Okay.
that came out
Probably.
before them. So just throwing that out there if they listen to
Yeah.
this podcast.
So, and then I do hope to increase our podcast brotherhood or sisterhood, however you would see it, because you did shout out through our Instagram the other day another podcast that is manga based.
What was that?
I can't remember now.
Oh,
It was manga alert podcast.
was it Manga Overcast? Manga Over? Was it under Manga Cast or over Manga Cast?
Probably something like that.
Let me look. Hold on.
But I hope at some point we can actually ask them to come on the podcast and actually kind of grow out our podcast friend group, I guess.
It's over Manga Cast. That's what they're called.
Yeah. So stay tuned. Maybe we can try and get get them on, and like I said, grow out our friend group a little more of other podcasters and whatnot.
Yeah, I listened to them the other day. They're pretty good.
Right. So, but anyway, guys, as always, stay tuned for more. Obviously this one will cover kind of October and
November.
Stay tuned for our one in December. Hopefully we can bring you guys some more great content.
Hopefully.
Find us at all major
without
podcast
the barking dog in the background
platforms. Right. So hopefully we will have more great episodes for y'all coming down the windpipe, turnpipe,
podcast pipe.
Yeah, whatever it is. Pipe.
Podcast pipe.
Yeah. So like I said, stay tuned for more great content. And as always, like what we like to say on all of our podcast episodes, we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.